Hi, so this week I've got myself another Nintendo Switch from eBay. So this one's got a bit of a strange charge on it, so we'll take a look. So it's another low serial number, so there's a bit of damage to the back as you can see. So this one cost me £37, so again not the most expensive but not the greatest. And the description says faulty, no power. So we have a little look around, no free game, no SD card in this one. Plug it into the charger and it is showing up as a charge, which is strange. So it's charging that side, and then we flip it around and it's charging both sides, although it's quite low. So we need to get it opened up. We take the back off, which is slightly broken, disconnect the SD card, remove the heat shield, and then we'll take a look at the back. So it all looks complete. It doesn't actually look like it had any work or it's been opened. So we'll disconnect the battery. I'll attach a working known battery to see if it turns on. I press the button, it doesn't. So now I need to get my amp meter out to check some readings. So I'm going to check the M92 chip to see if any of the caps around it are shorted. Which none of them are. Check the fuse because we've made a mistake with this before, which is fine. Then we check the caps around the BQ chip, and also there's no shorts around them. So I wasn't sure, stumped for a while, and then I realised it's an old console, so maybe it's stuck in RCM mode. So I connected it to my computer and then it showed up in RCM. So I tried to inject a payload into it, and then it showed up with a battery symbol, which does normally mean that it's something to do with being in RCM. So I'll get an SD card and create a tacky on it, and then I'll just get me RCM jig in the back and the load at the bottom, press the volume up and the power button to turn it on, and then we get to hit tacky, which is always a good sign. But this isn't a good sign. This normally means there's an issue with the NAND. So I did try booting it as normal, it wouldn't boot. I tried booting custom firmware and it wouldn't boot. So a bit of reading up, and it could be something to do with the NAND, it could be something to do with the connections on the board itself. So I have a little look at this connector, I get my tweezers on. When I'm testing the pins, it looks like they're not quite solid. I'm not quite sure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and give it a reflow. So I'll take the board out and then just apply a little bit of flux either side. And then I'm going to heat from below at 440C. You need plenty of heat. I just need to keep moving, applying flux if needed. It looks like it's drying out a bit. And then once the solder's melted, I can just give it a little wiggle and make sure that they're all soldered on, pressing down, making it nice and solid while I move the heat. So then put it back together, put the card back in, put my launcher back at the bottom, we'll start it back up again. We get the same error, which isn't good, so we turn it off. So my plan B is the NAND chip now. So we just need to wrap Kapton tape around this connector so it doesn't melt. Just put the NAND in a holder. So I'm going to turn the heat down to 400 with this. So I'm applying flux around the NAND chip. So what I'm going to try and do is do a reflow. See if there's any issues with the NAND solder balls. So just keep moving it around, applying a little bit more flux. Don't keep it in one place. Move it around, keep moving, and then eventually the solder will melt. Give it a little jiggle. Once you know the solder's melting, it moves. Then remove the heat and then leave it. Give it a good clean before we pop it back into the board. Connect the battery, connect the launcher at the bottom, volume up, power button at the same time, turn it on, and then what do we get? The same error. So the problem with this error is you can't do any backups, so I can't back up the NAND. I need to do backups like this if I want to try and rebuild the corrupted NAND. My only other option really would be to get a donor hand and then to fully rebuild it, but it's not something that I've done before. It's not something that I'm keen on doing, so I'll probably end up selling this as is on eBay, and hopefully someone with better knowledge will be able to recover it and make it a working offline console. So unfortunately it's a no fix this week, but thanks very much for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe.